Hello everyone. Welcome to all of you in FFB Live Chemistry classes. I hope everything is fine. बायोमॉलिक्यूल्स चैप्टर तुम लोगों का चल रहा है फिलहाल, जिसमें हमने कार्बोहाइड्रेट स्टार्ट किया था। पिछले क्लासेस में हमने मोनोसैकेराइड्स और ओलिगोसैकेराइड्स में डाइसैकेराइड्स पे डिस्कस किया। आज के क्लास में हम कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स पे ही डिस्कस करेंगे, पॉलीसैकेराइड। तो पिछला जो दो लेक्चर था उसमें हमने मोनोसैकेराइड बल्कि 3 हो चुके हैं, मोनोसैकेराइड, ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रक्टोज के बारे में डिटेल में डिस्कस किया। और लास्ट क्लास में ओलिगोसैकेराइड में डाइसैकेराइड लिया हमने, जिसमें से हमने सुक्रोज, लैक्टोज और माल्टोज इसके बारे में बात की थी। और आज के क्लास में हम पॉलीसैकेराइड पे डिस्कस करेंगे। Now, polysaccharide. Polysaccharides are natural polymers in which a large number of monosaccharide units are joined together with glycosidic bonds. Their general formula is C6H10O5 to whole N, where N is large number. They are colorless, tasteless, and water insoluble. They are stored in animals and plants in different forms. Important polysaccharides are starch, cellulose, glycogen, and dextrine, etc. Now come on starch. Tubers of potato are also important source of starch. On hydrolysis, it gives alpha D glucose. This is the starch. On hydrolysis with amylose, it first gives C12H22, not H2, H22O11, and this in presence of maltose gives D-glucose. So the D-glucose is the monomer of starch. Starch is non-reducing and does not react with toluene, reagent, and Fehling solution. It does not form osazone, while prove that all the C1 of glucose unit are involved in glucoside linkage. Starch is polymer of alpha D glucose and it may be separated into two fractions. Amylose, it is the 15 to 20% for part of starch, and the amylopectin, it is 80 to 85% portion of starch. तो पहले देखते हैं हम अल्फा एमाइलोज या ए फ्रैक्शन. It is linear polymer of alpha D glucose having approximately 200 to 1000 alpha D glucose unit. C1 of 1 alpha D glucose is attached to the C4 of another alpha D glucose with glycoside bond. It is water soluble and its molecular mass range between 10,000 to 50,000. It forms 50 to 20% part of starch and gives blue color with iodine. इस तरह से एक ग्लूकोज यूनिट का, दीज आर द ग्लूकोज यूनिट्स, एक ग्लूकोज यूनिट का C1 कार्बन दूसरे ग्लूकोज यूनिट के C4 कार्बन के साथ ये ग्लूकोसाइड बॉन्ड इस तरह से बनाता है. दिस इज द फिशर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ग्लूकोज. और ये है हार्वर्ड्स स्ट्रक्चर. दिस इज द फिशर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एमाइलोज एंड दिस इज द हार्वर्ड्स स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एमाइलोज. तो और हम दिस इज द फिशर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ स्टार्च या एमाइलोज पार्ट जो इसका होता है, एंड दिस इज द हार्वर्ड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ स्टार्च. इसमें एक ग्लूकोज यूनिट का C1 कार्बन दूसरे ग्लूकोज यूनिट के C4 कार्बन के साथ ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाता है. Now second part, beta amylose or B fraction or amylopectin. It is branch chain polymer of alpha D glucose which is constituted by 100 of small chain having 20 to 30 alpha D glucose unit. In it, small chain are formed by glycoside bonds between C1 and C4. These chains are अब C1 और C4 के बीच ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बना के जो चेन बनती है, ये चेन दिस चेन इज ज्वाइंड बाय C1 to C6 बॉन्ड. दिस फ्रैक्शन डज नॉट गिव ब्लू कलर विद आयोडीन, जबकि एमाइलोज जो है वो ए फ्रैक्शन देता है ब्लू कलर विद आयोडीन. Starch is the major food reserve material or storage polysaccharide of plants. It is a white amorphous substance with no taste or smell and sparingly soluble in water because amylopectin part is insoluble in water. When heated to a temperature between 473 to 523, it changes into dextrin. At higher temperature, charring occurs when boiled with dilute acid or hydrolyzed by the enzyme amylase present in saliva. Starch ultimately yields glucose. Now, starch on heating it at 473 to 523 Kelvin, it converted into dextrin, which on hydrolysis with acid, first it converted into maltose and then in glucose. Both N and N1 are unknown, but N is believed to be greater than N1. When treated with enzyme, when starch is treated with enzyme diastase, it yields maltose like this. Starch is a non-reducing saccharide. It's neither reduce tolerant regions nor forms a OSA zone. This suggests that all hemiacetal OH group of glucose unit hemiacetal OH groups of glucose units at C1 are not free but are involved in glycoside linkage. Starch solution gives a blue color with a drop of iodine, which disappears on heating to 248 to 253 Kelvin and reappears on cooling. The exact chemical nature of starch varies from source to source. Even the starch obtained from same source consists of two fractions, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose, it is the 20% part of starch, is the water soluble fraction and a linear polymer of alpha D glucose unit. It consists about 200 range from 60 to 300 glucose units which are linked to one another through alpha glucoside linkage involving C1 of one glucose unit with C4 of other shown as एमाइलोस पार्ट जो है ये ग्लूकोज यूनिट के आपस में ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाने से बनता है और इस एक ग्लूकोज यूनिट का C1 कार्बन दूसरे ग्लूकोज यूनिट के C4 कार्बन के साथ ये ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाते हैं जो कि कहलाता है अल्फा 1,4 ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड. तो ये एन टाइम यूनाइट होकर के क्या बनाते हैं एमाइलोज. दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एमाइलोज. And amylopectin, this is the 80% part of the starch, is the water insoluble fraction and consists of linear as well as branch chain polymer of alpha D glucose units. It consists of a large number of short chains such containing 20 to 25 glucose units which are joined together through a alpha linkage involving C1 of one glucose unit with C1 of the another glucose unit. The C1 of terminal glucose unit in each chain is further linked to C6 of the other glucose unit in the next chain through C1 to C6 alpha linkage. This gives amylopectin a highly branched structure. Now this is the straight chain. Yeah. एमाइलोज जो इस आपस में C1 कार्बन और C4 कार्बन ग्लूकोज यूनिट जो है ग्लाइकोसाइड बनाते हुए जुड़ता है। फिर इसका टर्मिनल कार्बन, एक ग्लूकोज जो भी ये लाइन से चेन बना रहा है, इसमें का जो टर्मिनल कार्बन है वो दूसरी यूनिट के साथ, एमाइलोज की दूसरी यूनिट के C6 कार्बन के साथ ग्लाइकोसाइड बनाता है। तो ये कंप्लीट स्ट्रक्चर किसका हो जाता है? एमाइलोपेक्टिन का। दिस इज दी स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एमाइलोपेक्टिन। इसमें ये एक चेन दूसरी चेन के साथ, यहाँ एक चेन का टर्मिनल कार्बन C1 दूसरी चेन के C6 कार्बन के साथ इस तरह से ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाते हैं। तो दो तरह का हो गया ये, एक ये ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड 1,6 ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड है, और दूसरा ये क्या है? C1 एंड C6 ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड। और ये यूनिट बार बार इस तरह से इसमें जुड़ करके क्या बनाती है? एमाइलो pectin. This is the structure of amylopectin. This is the 1,4 glucoside bond and this is the 1,6 ग्लूकोसाइड बॉन्ड। यहाँ 1 कार्बन और C कार्बन के बीच बन रहा है, और ये 1 कार्बन और 4 कार्बन के बीच बन रहा है, जैसे यहाँ। तो ये दो चेन है, और दोनों चेन आपस में फिर से ग्लाइकोसाइड बनाते हुए, साइड बॉन्ड बनाते हुए किसका मॉलिक्यूल बनता है? ये एमाइलोपेक्टिन का। Now, uses of starch. Starch and its derivatives are used as the most valuable constituents of food as rice, bread, potato, and corn flour. It is used in the manufacture of glucose, dextrin, and adhesives. This is starch base. It is used in paper and textile industry. It is used in calico printing as a thickening agent for colors. It is used as nitro. Starch is used as explosive. Its compound nitro starch is used as explosive. Starch acetate is a transparent gelatin-like mass and is used mainly for making sweets. Now another polysaccharide is cellulose. It is found in all plants and so is the most abundant of all carbohydrates. It is material. It is the material used to form cell wall and other structural features of the plants. Wood is about 50% cellulose and the rest is lignin. Cotton 90 to 95% cellulose and paper are largely composed of cellulose. In fact, more than 50% of all the living matter is cellulose. Pure cellulose is obtained by successive treating cotton, wool, flax, or paper with dilute alkali, dilute HCl or HF hydrofluoric acid. This treatment involves mineral matter, water, alcohol, and ether. Cellulose is left behind as a white amorphous powder. So cellulose is insoluble in water and is most and in most of the organic solvent. It decomposes on heating but does not melt. It dissolved in ammonical copper hydroxide solution. This is Schuster reagents. Like starch, cellulose is also non-reducing saccharide since it does not reduce the tolerant reagents or Fehling solution. It does not form osazone and is not fermented by yeast. Further, cellulose also dissolved in a solution of zinc chloride in hydrochloric acid. When it is treated with concentrate sulfuric acid in cold, it so slowly passes into solution. The solution, when diluted with water, a starch-like substance, amyloid, is precipitated and is called parchment paper. When boiled with dilute sulfuric acid, it is completely hydrolyzed into the glucose. So, this is the polymer of glucose. When cellulose is treated with concentrate NaOH, it forms a gelatinous semi-transparent mass which imparts luster to cotton. And this process is called mercerization. The cattle, goat, and other ruminants can feed directly on cellulose, that is grass, straw, as they have digestive enzymes celluloses capable of hydrolyzing cellulose into glucose. Man and many other mammals lack the necessary enzyme in their digestive tract and thus cannot use cellulose as food stuff. The molecular formula of cellulose is C6H10O5 whole N. The value of N is very large, 1000 to 3000, varies from source to source. Cellulose is a linear polymer of beta D glucose in which C1 of one glucose unit is connected to C4 of the other by beta D glucoside linkage as this is the polymer of बीटा डी ग्लूकोज. इसमें एक बीटा डी ग्लूकोज का C1 कार्बन दूसरे ग्लूकोज के C4 कार्बन के साथ इस तरह से ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाते हैं. तो इस तरह से ये ग्लूकोज यूनिट आपस में जुड़ती जाती है और ये क्या बनाती है? दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ सेलुलोज. Cellulose is not digestible since human digestive system does not contain the enzyme cellulase which can hydrolyze cellulose into glucose. Cellulose is most abundant polysaccharide found in plants. It constitutes cell wall of the plant cell. This is the important point. It constitutes cell wall जो plants में बनी होती है वो किसकी बनी होती है? सेलुलोज की. About 50% of all the organic compounds is of cellulose. Cotton seed, 2 मिनट बड़ा करने पे ही तुम लोगों को दिखाई देगा. Cotton seeds hair are made up of pure cellulose. It is also found in fibers like jute. It is colorless solid which is insoluble in water and organic solvent but soluble in ammonical cupric hydroxide. It is strong. It is in strong HCl. It also, what is this? It dissolves in a strong HCl, but in HCl it decomposes also. It neither forms osazone nor fermented by yeast. It also does not react with failing solution or tolerant reagent. On hydrolysis, it gives a D-glucose, which prove that cellulose is homopolymer of D-glucose. Cellulose is homopolymer of D-glucose. Cellulose is not structurally, it is linear polymer of beta D-glucose in which C1 and C4 of glucose molecule are involved in the formation of glucoside bond. The linear strand of joined together with hydrogen bond are provided rigidly to it. Their molecular mass between 50,000 to 2 lakhs. इस तरह से ये है सेलुलोज यूनिट जिसमें ग्लूकोज बीटा डी ग्लूकोज आपस में ग्लूकोसाइड बनाते हुए सेलुलोज यूनिट बनाते हैं. या इसका दूसरा फार्मूला है इस तरह से, इसमें ये लिनियर स्ट्रक्चर है. यहाँ पे भी C1 कार्बन ऑफ 1 ग्लूकोज यूनिट एंड C4 कार्बन ऑफ 2nd ग्लूकोज यूनिट. इस तरह से ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाते हुए क्या बनाते हैं? ये cellulose का structure. तो two types of cellulose structure. This is Fischer structure and this is the Howard's projection, Howard's structure. Now glycogen, another polysaccharide is glycogen. It is a condensation polymer of alpha D glucose. Just as glucose is stored in plants, it is stored as glycogen in the liver and muscles of human beings. And now see again, glycogen is a condensation polymer of alpha D glucose. Just as glucose is stored in plants as a cellulose, it is stored in a glycogen. It is stored as glycogen in the liver and muscles of human beings. Glycogen is also called animal starch because its structure is similar to that of amylopectin. Like amylopectin, it is also branch chain condensation polymer of alpha D glucose. The only difference being that glycogen consists of 10 to 14 glucose units, whereas amylopectin consists of 20 to 25 glucose units. The structure of glucose is like this. It should be noted that one four linkage are found in the straight chain and one six linkage forms the branch in glycogen, which is a highly branched molecule. उसी तरीके से वन एंड फोर्स लिंकेज यानी ग्लाइकोसाइड बॉन्ड यहाँ बनता है ग्लूकोज के बीच में, जबकि टर्मिनल कार्बन C1 एक इस चेन का और दूसरी जो एमाइलोज चेन होती है उसके C6 कार्बन के साथ ग्लूकोसाइड बॉन्ड बनाते हैं. तो दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर सिमिलर टू स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ स्टार्च. Now glycogen serve as a form of energy storage for the muscles itself. However, the breakdown of muscles glycogen impairs muscle glucose uptake from the blood, thereby increasing the amount of blood glucose available for use in other tissues. Liver glycogen stores serve as a store of glucose for us use throughout the body, particularly the central nervous system. The human brain consumes approximately 60% of blood glucose in fasted sedentary individuals. Glycogen is the analog of starch. Structure में जैसा देखा, a glucose polymer that functions as energy storage in plants. It has a structure similar to amylopectin, a component of starch, but is more extensively branched and compact than starch. Both are white powder in their dry state. Glycogen is found in the form of granules in cytoplasm in many cell types and plays an important role in the glucose cycle. Glycogen forms an energy reserve that can be quickly mobilized to meet a sudden need for the glucose, but one that is less compact than the energy reserves of triglyceride, that is lipids. As such, it is also found as storage reserve in many parasite protozoa. Glycogen function as one of two forms of energy reserves, glycogen being for short term and the other form being triglyceride stored in adipose tissue for long term storage. दो दो तरह का होता है रिजर्व, ग्लाइकोजन बीइंग फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म एंड अदर फॉर्म बीइंग ट्राइग्लिसराइड स्टोर्ड इन adipose tissue for long term storage. In humans, glycogen is made and stored primarily in the cells of the liver and skeletal muscles in the liver. Glycogen can make up 5 to 6% of the organ's fresh weight, and the liver of an adult weighing 1.5 kg can store roughly 100 to 120 gram of glycogen. In skeletal muscles, glycogen is found in a low concentration, and the skeletal muscles of an adult weighing 70 kg store roughly 400 grams of glycogen. The amount of glycogen stored in the body, particularly within the muscles and liver, mostly depends on physical training, basal metabolic rate, and eating habits. Small amount of glycogen are also found in other tissues and cells, including the kidneys, red blood cells, white blood cells, and glial cells in the brain. The uterus also stored glycogen during pregnancy to nourish the embryo. Approximately 4 grams of the glucose are present in the blood of humans at all times. In fasted individuals, blood glucose is maintained constant at this level at the expense of glycogen stored in the liver and skeletal muscles. Glycogen is stored in skeletal muscles. Now come on the importance of carbohydrate. The carbohydrate perform the following functions. First is as a biofuels. Carbohydrates such as glucose, fructose, sugars, starch, glycogen, etc. act as biofuel and hence provide energy for functioning of living organisms. In human system, all the carbohydrates except cellulose can serve as source of energy. Starch and various sugars, glycogen, which are taken as food, are first hydrolyzed to glucose by the enzyme present in the digestive system. Starch hydrolyzed to form maltose, and maltose hydrolyzed to give finally glucose. Glucose on slow oxidation to CO2 and H2O in the presence of enzyme liberates large amount of energy which is used uh, by the body for carrying out various functions. Glucose, when oxidized with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide and water and produce 20, 2868 kilojoule of energy, which is used by the body for carrying out various functions. Now, reserved food materials. Starch is the major food reserve material in plants and stored in seeds, which is capable of making its own food by photosynthesis. Similarly, glycogen stored in the liver and muscles act as the reserve food material in animals. In case of emergency, the liver glycogen is readily hydrolyzed to glucose, which in turn get oxidized in the blood to provide the much needed energy. Both glycogen and amylopectin are branched polymers of alpha D glucose. Rather, glucose is more highly branched than amylopectin. The molecular the glycogen is more highly branched than amylopectin. The molecular weight of glycogen is very high, contains 10 to the power 5 glucose units. It may be noted that cellulose cannot be hydrolyzed in our body because enzymes required for its hydrolysis are not present in our body. Hence, cellulose is not digestible. However, grazing animals such as cow, buffalo, and deer, etc., can use cellulose of grass and plants as food by converting them into glucose. Now, constituents of biomolecules. Two aldopentoses, that is D-ribose and 2-deoxyribose, are the essential components of RNA and DNA respectively. These nucleic acids essentially control the transmission of hereditary effect from one generation to other and also the biosynthesis of protein. The monosaccharides ribose is also an essential component of adenosine triphosphate ATP, a part of chemical energy obtained by oxidation of biomolecules such as carbohydrate, lipids, etc., is stored in the cell in form of ATP, which provides the energy required for the occurrence of metabolic activities. Hence, ATP is also called as energy currency of the cells. Further, one molecule of glucose is formed during photosynthesis from 6 CO2 by utilizing 18 ATP and 12 NADPH. Now, aldopentose from aldohexoses or conversion of higher aldose into lower aldoses or descending of sugar series. The following steps are involved in this. On heating aldohexose with hydroxylamine, oxime is formed, which when heated with acetic anhydride forms a cyano derivative. Second step, on heating cyano compound with ammonical solution of silver nitrate gives aldopentose. So uh, the first stage हाइड्रोक्सिल एमीन से रिएक्शन होता है इसका एल्डोहेक्सोस का aldohexose reacts with phenyl hydrogen, which is hydroxyl amine. So it is formed oxime and which reacts with acetic anhydride to forms gluconic acid. And then it reacts with AgOH to form this compound, which is converted into aldopentose, that is arabinose. Now conversion of fructose into glucose. This conversion takes place into following step. On reduction, fructose gives hexitol, which on oxidation gives gluconic acid. Second step, on heating gluconic acid, alpha lactose is obtained, which on reduction with sodium amalgam gives glucose. Now, fructose, when reducted in presence of nickel, it forms this compound, hexitol, which on oxidation gives gluconic acid. और gluconic acid को हीट करने पे ये क्या बनाता है, गामा लैक्टोन विच विद विच रिएक्ट्स विद सोडियम एमलगम एंड फॉर्म्स ग्लूकोज. तो ये पूरा प्रोसेस, ये दो स्टेप, उसके बाद ये पूरा इसका रिएक्शन. नाउ डिस्टिंक्शन अमॉन्ग मोनो डाई एंड पॉलीसैकेराइड्स. डिस्टिंक्शन अमॉन्ग मोनो डाई एंड पॉलीसैकेराइड्स टेस्ट है इधर. उसके बाद मोनोसैक्राइड्स क्या रिएक्शन देता है, डाइसैक्राइड और पॉलीसैक्राइड्स. तो पहला नेचर मोनोसैक्राइड क्रिस्टलाइन होते हैं, मोनोमेरिक मॉलिक्यूल्स. डाइसैक्राइड भी क्रिस्टलाइन है जो कि डाइमेरिक फॉर्म में, जबकि पॉलीसैक्राइड्स आर एमॉर्फस. सॉल्युबिलिटी इन वाटर, monosaccharides are soluble, disaccharides are soluble, but polysaccharide forms colloidal solution. Reducing nature, monosaccharides are reducing sugar, but disaccharides and polysaccharides are non-reducing sugar. Action of heating in dry state. Monosaccharide, first it melts to brown mass and gives smell of burnt sugar. But in disaccharide, on strongly heating, it chars to black mass. Polysaccharide on strong heating turns black. On heating with sodium hydroxide solution, monosaccharide turns yellow, then brown, finally turns into resinous mass. जबकि polysaccharide or disaccharide give no reaction. Now reaction with the tolerance reagents, monosaccharide forms silver mineral, but disaccharides and polysaccharide gives no reaction. Now reaction with Fehling solution. Fehling solution, monosaccharide forms red precipitate of cuprous oxide, but mm, disaccharides and polysaccharides gives no reaction. Now reaction with the bromine water, दोनों ही मोनोसैक्राइड डाइसैक्राइड कोई कलर चेंज नहीं होता है इनका, जबकि पॉलीसैक्राइड येलो कलर अपीयर्स होता है. Now reaction with concentrate HNO3. Monosaccharide saccharide acid is formed, by disaccharide oxalic acid is formed, and by polysaccharide mono and dinitrites are formed. Now reaction with iodine. Monosaccharide, no color change occurs. Disaccharide, no change in color, but polysaccharide gives blue color. Reaction with phenylhydrazine. Monosaccharide forms osazone, but disaccharides and polysaccharides osazone is not formed. Importance of carbohydrate हम देख चुके हैं, थोड़ा बहुत और देखते चलते हैं. They are essential for both animals and plants and constitute major part of food. They play important role in metabolic reactions. Carbohydrates act as body fuel and provide energy by this reaction. Polysaccharide first hydrolyzed to glucose, which oxidized to liberate energy. They are hydrolyzed. Starch, this is polysaccharides. When hydrolyzed in presence of amylose, is converted into maltose. Now maltose, when hydrolyzed in presence of maltase, it gives glucose. Now glucose oxidizes with oxygen to give carbon dioxide, water and energy. Cellulose constitute the cell wall in plant cells. They are also act as energy storing materials. In lives, carbohydrate is stored as glycogen, which converted to glucose and provides energy. D-ribose and D-deoxy-D-ribose are found in RNA and DNA respectively. They take part synthesis of lipids and carbohydrates. Monosaccharides ribose is major component of adenosine triphosphate, which is currently gives energy in living beings. Glucose is major component of blood, in which concentration is 65 to 110 milligram per 100 ml. It is used as raw material in different industries like textile, paper, alcohol, etc. So now this is the complete study about the पॉलीसैकेराइड्स. तो बारी बारी से 3-4 क्लासेस में कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के बारे में डिटेल स्टडी हुई, जिसमें कि पहले 2 जो वीडियोस थे उसमें मोनोसैकेराइड, ग्लूकोज और उसके बाद ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रक्टोज के बारे में, और दूसरे वीडियो में हमने डाइसैकेराइड्स पे डिस्कस किया, और आज हमने पॉलीसैकेराइड्स पे. तो इस पूरी तरह से कार्बोहाइड्रेट और उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस क्या होती है लाइफ में, इसके बारे में भी डिस्कस हुआ. तो इस तरह से ये कार्बोहाइड्रेट इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट भी है ये चैप्टर का. तो इसकी स्टडी कंप्लीट हुई. इसके बाद हम अगला बायोमॉलिक्यूल्स लेंगे, प्रोटीन, और प्रोटीन के बारे में डिटेल में स्टडी कराएंगे.